Vote YesForLife.com.
I was about 25 at the time and was in a relationship, was sexually active in this relationship even though we weren't married, and got pregnant. I was scared. I was afraid. I was panicked. You know, I knew that it would be hurtful to my family. I was afraid that they would be ashamed. You know, I looked at it so much as this mistake and needing to fix it, and thought that an abortion was the only means to fix my mistake. And I just disconnected. I disconnected my head from my heart and didn't think about the reality of what I was about to do. Drove there by myself and went through the experience by myself. And from the moment I walked into those walls, there was just numb coldness inside that building. Everything was a step in this process. And every step in that process was designed to keep you from thinking anything or feeling anything. They took me back for my ultrasound. They didn't offer to show it to me. I wish very much they had shown me the ultrasound that was taken, that I could have seen that there was a baby there, that I could have seen what that baby looked like, that I could have heard the heartbeat. I visited briefly with a social worker, and to be given a brown paper bag of pills to take if the bleeding didn't stop. She promised that I would feel nothing but relief. And there were no other questions asked about why I was there or where I came from or what I was going to do when I got home or who was going to take care of me. No questions about why I was there alone. There was no concern that I had come there alone. And when the doctor came in, she briefly introduced herself and began. When she was done, she took a silver basin and sloshed it around at the foot of my bed and looked in it and said, "Well, I think we got all of it." And I remember thinking, "It?" And I remember, being frozen there, but my hand instinctively reaching down and grasping at my side, trying to hold in what had already been taken from me, and wanting to go back immediately, and wanting to peer into that basin and see what she was seeing, but knowing, did she see a baby there? Could she actually see my child in that basin? And I lifted my head enough to watch her do it, but couldn't bear the reality of what I would see if I was actually given a chance to look into that basin. And I just kept thinking, "It? What do you mean, it? There's something there." And what had I done? What had I just done? And they brought me to another room with a couch and a blanket and told me to rest there. Nothing about me was going to find rest now. My body was not going to find rest. My mind, my heart, my soul. I would not know rest anymore. And I remember getting in my car and crying then, and driving away and, shouting back to that building, "You promised me relief. You promised relief." But it was the very last thing that I felt. And that emptiness just set in immediately. I was worthless, and I was hateful, and I was filled with shame and regret and nothing. I was just that baby killer that walked into that building. I was a mother, and I was a mother separated from her child, a mother that didn't protect like a mother should protect. And I finally broke and reached out because I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take what I felt anymore. And I had to reach out to someone, or lose my own life, because that's where I was at. And I did. And we started a journey that was hard and a long road, but a journey that taught you to forgive yourself and helped you heal and helped you move on, even though you were never going to forget, because mothers don't forget their children. They're etched on us forever. But it taught you to live again with your memory. You know, I think I knew that I had disconnected, and if there's any way to, break yourself from that frame of mind and actually, put your heart in it and think about what you're about to do and think about that life inside of you and giving that life a chance. Requesting that you see an ultrasound or going to have an ultrasound so that you know what's there in your womb and that it's living and breathing and wanting you, desperately wanting his or her mom.
Abortion hurts women. Life begins at conception. Please consider a donation of your time or money to vote YesForLife.com. And this November, please vote Yes for Life on Referred Law 6.